Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're going to give it maybe one more minute before we officially kick off. Looks like we have a few more people still joining.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. We have a lot of people here, so thank you so much. And we also have a lot of content that we want to cover. I'm Senna Hansen with Olive Goose. Welcome to our webinar on how to build a functional agent using Microsoft Copilot Studio and SharePoint Online. In today's session, Adnan, who's a longstanding Microsoft MVP, will walk us through how to build an agent. The example he's using is for a help desk agent. However, the process is applicable for so many different use cases that might be relevant to you and your organization. So really think about this as a starting point for your own creativity. The structured content's planned for 45 minutes, and we're going to leave some time at the end for Q&A. So please use the meeting chat for your questions, and we'll be sure to address them. I also want to provide the heads up that this webinar is being recorded. If you'd like to refer back to it after the meeting, we're also going to share a link to a brief anonymous survey and would love to hear your feedback. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Adnan. Thanks, Adnan.
Thank you so much, Sana, and good morning, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining today's webinar on AI in action. And where we are going to build a functional agent in next 45 minutes. My name is Adnan Amin, and I have been over 20 years of experience of working on Microsoft technologies. I have been working with Olive Goose for the last over 5 years now as a senior Microsoft consultant, and I'm also a Microsoft MVP since 2015. And let's jump into the session. I'm turning off my video, and we can take it from here for the next one. Today, I will demonstrate how we can build a custom Copilot agent that transforms traditional IT support into an intelligent, structured, and automated experience. In this session, we are going to focus on how organizations can move from traditional IT support models to an AI-powered internal support agent built entirely within Microsoft 365. Here's what we are going to cover. We will first discuss the business problem with the traditional IT support, how AI-powered internal support changes the experience, the key Microsoft technologies we are going to use, and then we will do a live walkthrough of building a custom Copilot agent. Most of the time over will be spent on the practical demonstration, but with a brief overview on the topics we are going to cover. Let's start with the reality most organizations face today. IT support is still heavily dependent on email-based intake or uh, employees used to call to the IT support. Employees send requests with incomplete information, and it's really hard for IT teams to clarify basic details. And the same questions are answered repeatedly. Leadership team has limited visibility into the workload of the IT support teams. This creates several challenges: slower response time, poor employee experience, operational inefficiencies, knowledge not being reused effectively, and no structured data for leadership insight. And what I will say, this is not a technology issue, it's a process issue where AI can play a transformative role. We are discussing this session specifically on the IT support or help desk, but this can vary to other areas also. The similar steps will be taken. Now imagine a different experience. Instead of emailing IT, an employee interact with an AI-powered support agent. The agent can instantly answer questions from the SharePoint knowledge base, suggest solutions to common issues, ask clarifying questions, and collect structured input from the user, and the agent can automatically create the support agent, provide real-time status updates, which are not possible on the manual process. And this shifts IT from the reactive email management to structured one and intelligent support operations. And more importantly, this is all built inside Microsoft 365. Now, if we discuss about the technology areas, the core is Copilot Studio for building AI agent, SharePoint for the knowledge base and the ticket management, adaptive cards for collecting structured information from users, and the Power Automate for workflow automation. These are the technical areas required for creating the agent. And the key takeaway here is governance and security. Your data remain within your Microsoft 365 tenant. No external AI platform required, no custom code required. Let's briefly look to these technology areas before we go to the actual demo. Microsoft Copilot Studio is the platform used to create AI agents within Microsoft ecosystem. Think of it as a low-code environment where organizations can design control conventional experience that understand natural language. In our solution, Copilot Studio powers the IT support agent. It connects our knowledge sources, guide users on troubleshooting requests, and also create the IT support ticket. SharePoint, most of the organizations already using it, is a platform used for the collaboration, document management, and knowledge sharing. In our solution, SharePoint is going to play two important roles. First, it acts as a knowledge repository where help desk documentation, troubleshooting guides, and support articles are stored. Secondly, is it act as a simple but effective ticketing system using a SharePoint list where, and we will take issue tracking lists for example today. And adaptive cards. This is a bit different, not necessarily required, but it's good to know that adaptive cards are to have in them. Adaptive cards are a user-friendly technology, interface technology used within the chatbot applications. They allow application to present interactive forms to the users and like users in the chat experience within Microsoft Teams, web-based chat agents. And in our scenario, adaptive card collect important information from the user and also will respond in a user friendly interface. Now, if we talk about the Power Automate is the Microsoft workflow automation platform. It allows organization to automate repetitive process across different systems. In this solution, agent flow ensures that support requests are properly routed and the process runs smoothly behind the scenes. Agent flow is hosted within Copilot Studio. Let's jump into the demo and where we will see these tools, how these are going to function. Let me go out from here. So this is my SharePoint site. Just a second, let me do some settings here. So this is my SharePoint site where I have a document library. I'm using the default document library, and this have a helpdesk folder where I have copied the documents related to the helpdesk. You can see a bunch of documents here. I can open any of these, and you will see the information related to troubleshooting steps and the relevant details are listed here. Okay. Yeah. So it have the information available, knowledge available. So it makes sure that the knowledge is available in our system here in SharePoint. And now we are going to use this knowledge to train our agent. So this is the interface for the Copilot Studio. You can copy this URL here, copilotstudio.microsoft.com. This will ask you to start with the trial version, and you can open it and sign in with your Microsoft 365 account, and you will see the similar interface. You can start with a blank agent, or you can also create a basic prompt to create the agent with basic requirements. So what I will do, I am going to write a basic prompt here, nothing much, uh, just to create the basic the agent with the basic details and configurations. It will just take a few seconds. And here on the left side, you can see the agent showing up in the agent here. This is the list. It will have all the custom agents listed here. The flow contains all the agent flow. These are different from Power Automate a bit, because these flows are hosted with Copilot Studio. Earlier, the flows were hosted within Power Automate, but these are hosted within Copilot Studio. And tools are the components which are being used, which allow agent to perform actions beyond answering questions, and that can trigger workflows, call APIs. So our agent is ready now. You can see that the prompt which I have created, it created the IT help desk assistant. I will just just taking it is still taking some time, and after it complete, it will enable this button. You can see here. I will just rename it IT help desk. Save, and you can see it has added a couple of basic details here, and there are a couple of things which are new from my past experience. Like Claude is here, and for the there are a couple of models are listed here. I will use with the basic one here for now for today. And these instructions are generated with the prompt. That how this agent going to perform. And on the right side, you can see the test agent test window, where you can quickly test, verify that how the agent is answering to your prompts. If I go down, you can see the knowledge here, and you can also see a couple of tabs on the top here, and these are also listed here. This screen is actually a summary view of agent, which include quick access to configuration and key components. So knowledge base defines the information sources that agent can use to answer questions, and this include your SharePoint site, documents, websites, or any other enterprise knowledge source. I can drag the document directly to this location, or I can select different sites here. For now, I will go to SharePoint, and I can also browse to items or can connect SharePoint list items. But for now, I will just connect it with my SharePoint site, copying the URL of the site, and I will add this. Now my knowledge source is added. The best part for now here is that the user can only, when request something, user will only get a response from the content which is shared with the user, where the user have access. Tools which I discussed that today, that these are used for perform different actions. And if I and then trigger is also that when a new document could be a different triggers for executing this support agent, like when an email with a certain text is added, or a new file, just like Power Automate flow. And then agents, that there could be multiple agents which can be used for the Microsoft have recently announced in last Ignite that we can now connect one agent with other agents also. And this is the key topic which we will be covering today. We will our main focus will be on the knowledge section and also on the topics. Topics are used to create structured conversation flow that guide how the agent responds to specific user requests. And on under the analytics, users or leadership team can verify that how this has been used. And channels is an area where we are going to deploy this agent. You can see different components are showing up here on the screen. And now go to the knowledge source. You know that we already have added a knowledge source here. We can add more sources, but let's quickly do some ask it something that if it can answer. For example, I have a prompt, I have a query written here. Let me ask this. I just asked a question here that I'm having a VPN issue, and you can see here that it's searching from the source here, that it went to the IT source, fetching a couple of different informations here, and listing down the answer here. This response will be different if we change a different model here. And if you do not understand the answer properly, you can ask more questions and it will be answering accordingly. So this is how it reusing the existing information. And the one thing which I missed here on the configuration here, I will go back to the overview. I will just disable this web search. This is required for the websites, but I am only using internally, so I do not need this thing. And now you can see it responded me with the details here. So our knowledge source is working now. Now let's go for creating a ticket here that if I'm not satisfied with the answer, I can ask the chat agent that I want to submit a helpdesk support ticket so that support team can look to this issue. So I will go to topics here. As I mentioned that the topics are the area which uh, take which go for that structured conversation and guide the user with a specific set of questions. So here I will go to add a new topic, and this is the point where you are going to uh, add. You can add here different your different processes here. So I can create a topic but simply, or I can create a prompt here, and it will create the basic structure of the topic for me. Let me write a quick prompt here. So here I have added a prompt here. What is the prompt? That when a user wants to report an issue, request help, or submit a support ticket, ask for the required fields. I ask for the issue title, issue detail, priority, or you can add multiple options here, and then confirm the details with the user message. And I also have written the connected Power Automate and these things, but it might not create those actions items for me. Let's see what it will create. And then it will show you the success message. So you can see this is the basically a flow structure. When we use topics, it will go in a structured way to take the specific information. So you can see it asking for the issue title here, and it's saved in a variable, issue title variable name. And the second question asking for the response description. And the third one, that the priority of the request. And after confirming the request, it's showing the information here. And submitting asking the couple of things here that are you want to submit the request and then yes or no. And here it's showing me an error. Why? If I go to the arrow detail here, it's using a variable which is not created yet. So I will just remove it. And let's see that if how this will work. I haven't saved any changes so yet. So I will just ask it. I am looking to submit a ticket. I haven't do not have any SharePoint connected or any Power Automate connected here. So it asks me what is the issue title. So this is why you can we can add more friendly details here for taking input from the user. Laptop not working. What is the description? Describe the issue. And it will ask me the priority of the details, high, low, or normal, normal. And then it will ask me if you want to submit the ticket. I have submitted the details and it will mention the last message. So you can see that how the flow is working. Now we know that the chatbot has set in the information. Now we need to submit this information to SharePoint. But before that, you have noticed one thing that this is not a very user-friendly interface for taking the input from the user. Let's customize this one also. I will just close this one and go there. I'm going to remove this. You can add your own tickets. You can ask the questions here that what type of questions are written here. You can make any changes here. But instead, I'm going to delete these ones. Delete. And I know that this is a live demo. Things might get wrong on live demos. So I already have created another demo so that if something went wrong, I have something to show. So I have deleted everything. And now we have a blank component here. So I'm going to ask using this activity, ask with an adaptive card. You just need to follow the steps which I am taking. Ask with an adaptive card. Here I need to provide a JSON for adaptive card and how you can generate that. If I let me grab this thing. So I already have opened a site here, adaptivecard.io slash designer. And Microsoft recently have created a new site here, which is this one, adaptivecard.microsoft.com, almost a similar interface. What it does, it gives you a JSON like this structure, and this would be an interface like this one, which can be used in the chatbot. And this can be very for your Microsoft Teams, emails, and other platforms also. Like these are a couple of different platforms where it can be used. I will create a new, like if I'm going to create a new one, I will just copy need the schema here, and you can see different designs here. I need an input one, so I can take like this one. I like this one. I select this one, and here's the schema. If I select this one, you will see it have a text field, and text fields variable is this is the ID of the text input field. So I already have created a schema with rich user friendly. So I will just copy and paste that schema here. So you will see that it is a bit, it has some icons and there's some unique interface. So I already have this one, and I have defined the variable names here, issue title, description, word description, and also for this radio priority icon, and submitting this the request. This is the JSON. I will just select and copy this one. Now going back to my adaptive card. Here, when I double clicked on it, it's showing me the properties here. I will edit the adaptive card here, and it's shown me the similar interface which we have seen on the adaptive card designer. I have placed it and it has been copied. Save. Now you can see adaptive card designer showing up here on my screen also. And here these are different variables which are showing up that it will have these couple of variables like issue title, description, and priority. These are the things which I'm going to use. And we can also verify this thing that if I go to test and I ask again, I need to submit a new ticket. Now it will show me the adaptive card here. It should show. Yeah, here it is. It asking me in the input in the adaptive card, and I can submit the details. And because I haven't defined anything at the end, so it will stay here. So now I will go back. Before I go back, I need to go to SharePoint and to look for my where I'm going to submit that information. So now we have this in input fields here. I'm going back to my SharePoint. I will go to site content. I'm going to create a new list here. I already have one, but I'm going to create a new one. And there are a couple of templates listed here. I am going to create an issue tracker with the default details here. Use this template. Yes, create. So we have now a issue tracker list, which we are going to use for submission of submitting the information from that to SharePoint list. So now one thing which I need to make sure that I need to save the changes so that my topic is now saved. The issue tracker list is here, and if I click add a new item, it's showing me a couple of fields here. We will submit this information from that agent. How? I will click on this icon. Here I have actions available. Okay, we call it well, earlier it was more an action. Now we use the word tool here, a new tool. And now you can see that it opened the agent flow here, a separate window within the Copilot Studio, and it asking me when an agent calls the flow and respond to the agent. What will be the agent response? I will call it as add input. I'm adding a couple of input fields here. So I will add one more, just taking the name of the user. Okay. I have set these changes, and also what will the output? I'm just sending an output variable also. Okay. I'm not passing any information here. So now I have these four variables, and here I'm going to going to add these informations, these inputs to a SharePoint list. Create new item. So if you have worked on Power Automate Flow, you will see, you might have seen the similar interface here. Create new item, it's showing in SharePoint. I will add the site URL. Let me see if show my site. No, I will copy the URL. And I will select my list name. Oops. issue tracker, the list which I have created, and I will show all the parameters. Click on so that I can add all the parameters here. So these are the variables which I will pass here for priority and by which user. I will pass the username here and description. I will add the description shared by the user. Priority, the custom value, and this would be the priority set by the user. And I can also assign the task to someone from directly from here. The status is new, assigned to claims, or to whom it will be assigned. I'm just assigned to any, I can assign to any user here. And the output would be, at the output, I am just, what I will do, I will send back the URL of the list item. Item URL showing up, link to the item. This will be the item which was created. I will save, I will publish this flow. So now my flow is completed with all the output, input and output fields. And now I will go back to my agent. It just taking a little time. So go back to the agent. If it do not ask you to go back to the agent, you can directly go to the Copilot Studio and you can uh, open your agent from directly from there. And you can also, you know that I have created this flow, but for you, if you already have an existing flow created separately, you can also connect that flow also. So now you can see it showing an action with couple of parameters required. These are the required fields which for the from the input here from the flow. I will just pass all the variables because I have created the variable input fields on this adaptive card. So these will be showing up here. War issue title, description, and priority. And for username, I will see that what if I have the username available here from the system. User display name. Okay, I am sending these informations, and output is saved in the output variable here. This is the variable which created by adaptive card, and I can add a send a message to show that message also. I can write any message here. Your request is submitted, and I can just click on this one, and this will add the output variable. Let's see where is output. Yeah, this one. Or I can use again an adaptive card to display the information. I go back to the adaptive card. This one is taking the input. I have created another one to show the output. And with this one, and I created this one. This is taking couple of inputs showing title, description, priority, and the link to the ticket here. Like this would be the URL here. It will provide. I will copy this thing and go back to the designer here. I will click here and ask with the activity name is ask with the adaptive card. Click on it. Add the schema. Here I need to pass the variable names. I will remove this thing. topic dot. It's not showing me the topic. Not showing me my topic somehow. Let's check it later. Let me pass the other values. Something is. So let me. I already have one created with the variable names. Let me use that one. And here for the output, I need to use this topic output. Okay, I got the issue. It is not taking the inputs from me here. I will just save it and submit here. You can see it showing up because designer is not accepting those variables. So I will edit it here, not in designer. So I will edit the schema here, mm, formula, and now I can modify the changes here. Bit tricky here because topic the so it's showing me all the variables here. I have because output on I'm passing the URL of the item. So I have it here and I will close it, save changes. Let me quickly test it here before we deploy the changes. Now I will again, I will ask uh, it to, I need to submit a new ticket. Okay, it asks me to Outlook not working, and I can add a question here. Should I? No. Submit. Let's see what it has done. Connecting to SharePoint. This is for the first time it's connecting to SharePoint because I haven't done any security settings or SSO configuration. So I need to allow the access here. These are things which you can identify on the while testing. So it's showing me that support ticket is created and not showing any information here. Something went wrong. Let me check it. Okay, it's showing me if I go to the ticket here, if it shows the ticket, and then we will troubleshoot that what was the issue. So this is my details, Outlook not working by Adnan Amin, and these are the details showing up here. What could have happen here? That the information not showing up because I have configured the variable name here and missed these things. So that could be the reason. So if I go back here and here in this step, this has executed the workflow and submitted the request to the SharePoint. This is the agent flow, and if I can modify the changes here for this one, that I will go to the properties again, modify the JSON. I will open it in the larger view, and here are the variables. Okay, this was the reason. topic. Not title. UI editors sometimes get very slow, which we are also experiencing here. So our settings are here, almost ready here. I will save the changes. Now I will quickly deploy this to Microsoft Team. So for SSO, we need to go to the settings where where which where we can set up the behavior and configuration of the agent and options like authentication, environment configurations. And for SSO, we need to create a create an application, the security app on Azure, where we will configure uh, the settings for that using graph, Microsoft Graph. So I will go, and these are the different channels where we can deploy. So I will first click on publish before I deploy it on the channels. Force new version. There's an open issue. Okay. I go back to topics. It's okay. I will delete this one. I do not need this thing. Like, okay, I haven't added any further node here. I will make sure that this will work. Zero error. Your country does not have user license that allow publish. Okay, somehow it. Let me check what happened here. Because I'm running a demo tenant here. Okay, let me quickly go to the other one. I have it here on the chat. And here you will see I will just click on publish. And this will allow the publish option for me. I publish this thing, and this will publish the application. This is an existing one and almost the similar, which I have shown you, but on a different environment. And if I go to the channels, I can deploy this to the channel here. And let me quickly show you that how it will look on the channel, on the teams. I will go there, and I will click on this one, and this will give me the option to deploy on the on Microsoft Teams. Because I already have deployed, I just need to click deploy and it will be deployed. Like if I click here, I can select a SharePoint site and deploy it there on that one. So let me show you another interface. When I deploy this agent on the SharePoint list, and I ask, like for example, I'm refreshing this one. IT. IT help desk. Okay, it opened the same chat. Okay, I can ask any question to the user here. Let's see how it will answer. So what happened when you access for the first time, it will ask you for the permission on the SharePoint site because we haven't configured the SSO. And then it will be taking the input from the user, which you can see here that it it's shown me the output here. That how what could be the reason. I can ask follow-up questions here also. And then you can see that I asked them to submit a ticket, or there could be different prompts which I can use for submitting a ticket request and sharing the input. And then it will, because it was running for the first time, it asked me for SharePoint permission, like which we have seen on that test chatbot. And then it's showing me the output here. And when I clicked on this one, you can see here that it's showing the URL of the request. So this is the URL. Here we can also return the any ticket number. If we are not using SharePoint list, we can be using any ticketing application for and submitting through the workflow. And similarly, the same way we have submitted the request, we can create another topic where which will ask the ticket number and can fetch the request from the user. So you have seen, if I go back to the slide, that this is how we have created the demo because we are almost on time. So I just want to quickly wrap up that we have created I have walked through you that how we have created a convention agentic AI chatbot. And if we talk about the business impact perspective of this one, this will reduce the repetitive taking volume, fast response to the user, and it will take the input in a structured way, improved experience, and this is the AI adoption without any additional platform. But more importantly, it creates a measurable efficiency. You can view the analytics of this one, and because this is built in within Microsoft 365, it can easily scale across departments like HR, finance, procurement, and others. And this is not replacing IT teams. It is about empowering them to do a higher value task instead of spending time on the similar repetitive sport tickets. Now, today we have seen that how a custom AI agent can modernize the IT support, and this is not an experimental AI. This is practical, deployable, and secure within Microsoft 365. If you are exploring where to begin your AI journey in your company, IT support, I would say, is a highly impact, low risk starting point. And I have shown you that how easy it is to create a custom agent, and we would be happy to help you assess readiness for your environment and also pilot this within your organization with more advanced version. And thank you so much, and I am happy to take your questions now. I'm opening the window here.
Thank you, Adnan. And just a quick reminder to everybody, if you do have questions, you can pop them into the meeting chat and we can take a look at them there. Thank you.
Alex asks that if it is possible to deploy across multiple tenants. Technically, yes, but we need to do multiple configurations. We can create them because you have seen that this one is specifically designed for one tenant. But if we are like, I would say, their public information, public details, public websites, and external tenants, external data sources, then yes, it can be deployable. And we need to configure on the authentication accordingly for all other applications. Any other questions? I hope you have learned that today I have just taken the topic as IT support, but this is not just the things which I have discussed for IT support. This could be imply onboarding, any leave requests, or any other business process which you can automate.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining. We will go ahead and keep another moment or two in the chat open. If you have a question, go ahead and stay on. But if not, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the meeting. Thanks again, everybody.